My friend, everybody thought and continues to think that the Candace Owens versus TPUSA saga, that it was getting old and played out and tapped dry for clicks and recycled takes. People were tired of it. It ran its course. There's nothing new, nothing happening, no new issues, nothing to talk about. People are losing interest in it. Come on, right? Right? And Candace herself basically said the same thing, that when a topic becomes a million view factory for everyone chasing the algorithm, she wants no part of it. She wants truth, not trend hopping. But then one story dropped that blew the entire situation wide open and flipped the script so hard it felt like a slap in the face. Because this was not vibes or speculation or gossip or drama farming, as they say. Oh, no. This was a clear moment when Candace stepped up and said, no. This is not something you spin away. This is not something you explain with PR language. This is a right versus wrong situation, and it matters. And that is exactly why Candace is winning right now, while TPUSA leadership keeps stumbling over itself, trying to manage optics instead of doing the obvious thing, which is protect the moral credibility Charlie Kirk built with blood, sweat, and tears. I can't say this enough. I can't tell you. It keeps morphing. It's like mercury that you drop and you try to stop it and it spreads and it regroups. This thing won't stop. This could have ended. This could have ended completely. You see, Candace didn't chase this story for clicks. She resisted it at first. She even said she felt like the Erika Kirk topic was getting stale because nothing new was happening. Nothing. And I thought so at first. Well, little did we know. But when new information surfaced about the Make Heaven Crowded tour, oh my God, featuring a pastor tied to serious public allegations involving overseas ministry operations, and I think you know what I'm talking about, Candace did what leaders do. She stopped worrying about engagement strategy and started worrying about standards. Because you see, when you inherit the legacy of someone like Charlie Kirk, you don't get to pretend that optics are optional. You don't get to shrug and say, not my problem. You don't get to roll the dice on reputational landmines and hope nobody notices. Candace Owens understands this instinctively because she understands something. She understands audiences, and she understands trust. And she understands that people who followed Charlie and loved him didn't sign up for celebrity church politics or donor-driven alliances or morally sloppy partnerships. No. They signed up because Charlie represented conviction and transparency and a sense that somebody was finally saying the uncomfortable stuff out loud. And now those same supporters, those same folks, are watching TPUSA leadership drift into tone-deaf decisions that look disconnected from the grassroots energy that built the movement in the first place. And Candace calling this out is not betrayal, it's accountability. And that is the difference between the influencer theater and actual leadership. See, while TPUSA responds with legal letters and corporate language and internal control energy, Candace responds with questions and receipts and public conversation and moral clarity, which is exactly why her influence keeps growing and theirs keeps bleeding credibility. See, you can see it in the way she talks about branding versus substance, how she points out that some people treat politics like image management, while others treat it like mission work. and how she refuses, absolutely refuses to play pretend when real reputational damage is on the table. See, this isn't about personal attacks. It's about standards. Remember that? Standards. And standards are what separate movements from marketing campaigns. You know, the controversy around this tour, isn't about proving guilt or running courtroom verdicts online. No. It's about judgment. It's about due diligence. And optics. Optics so bad that any competent leadership team would have seen the red flags. Seen the red flags flashing from space. Candace didn't invent the public lawsuits. She didn't create the controversy. She simply refused to look away and pretend it was none of her business. While TPUSA, rolled forward as if nothing mattered, except filling seats and collecting donations and keeping the money train going. See, that's the real scandal here. Not that Candace spoke up, but that leadership seemed comfortable gambling Charlie Kirk's reputation on partnerships that any risk assessment team would have flagged immediately. And here is the brutal truth. Candace Owens is playing this perfectly because she is not trapped inside institutional, organizational loyalty games. She's not dependent on donor approval cycles. See, that's different. She's not beholden to anybody except you and the truth. She doesn't need to protect internal hierarchies. She answers directly to her audience, you and me and truth, and her God. And that audience can smell fake leadership from miles away. Look how nobody buys this Erika Kirk. Nobody. Creepy. While TPUSA tries to centralize control, Candace decentralizes influence. Decentralizes it while they try to shut conversations down. She opens them up. And while they rely on legal pressure, she relies on public accountability in you. See, and that's why she keeps winning. She keeps winning the battle narrative without even trying to manufacture one. And she also understands something, which is very, very critical, and I think you know this. TPUSA leadership, they seem to have forgotten. Charlie Kirk's supporters are not spreadsheet entries. They're people who are emotionally invested in a movement that promised values over branding and courage over comfort. And when they feel abandoned, they will follow the person who speaks directly to them instead of talking around them. Candace speaks directly. It should be a lesson. She doesn't sanitize language. She doesn't hide behind press statements. She doesn't pretend to suggest that controversial topics will, disappear if you ignore them. And that authenticity, and that word is so critical, that reality, the real part of her, the authentic, the genuine, that's exactly why her platform keeps growing, while institutional trust is collapsing. And this moment exposes the deeper problem. TPUSA and Erika Kirk are acting like some kind of legacy organization. They're protecting a brand. Charlie was the brand. They don't even care who killed him. Candace is acting like a leader protecting a mission, a focus. And those aren't the same thing. One is defensive and bureaucratic and reactive, and the other is offensive and transparent and proactive. See, one hides behind lawyers and the other stands in front of the audience. One treats controversy like a fire to smother, to put out, and the other treats it like a test of integrity. You know what I'm talking about. Candace didn't need to attack Erika Kirk personally. That wasn't the goal. Didn't need to do that to expose the problem. The decisions speak for themselves. And I keep saying, but the optics speak for themselves also. And the silence from their leadership speaks loudest of all. If TPUSA wanted unity, they should have chosen clarity and truth and transparency. And if they wanted loyalty, they should have chosen accountability. Simple. Instead of lawsuits and threatening people. And what are you doing? If they wanted credibility, and authenticity, they should have chosen caution. Instead, they chose speed and spectacle and denial. And Candace simply pointed out what everyone already felt in their gut. See, this is why she looks 10 steps ahead, while TPUSA looks stuck, reacting to yesterday's headlines. Candace understands. She understands that in the past, things were done differently. And in a post-Charlie era, the movement will not survive on this weird kind of a corporate branding alone. It will survive on trust and consistency. Don't let Charlie's image and his message die. Stick to what she's talking about moral alignment. You know, she's building the one audience conversation that is important. And whether people like her tone or not, or her style, doesn't really matter. Whether they agree with every take or not. And they will say sometimes, she's a grifter. The word is, what is she grifting about? What? They came after her. What was her message initially? It was the truth. It was about Charlie. It was about what happened. She's the only one talking about it. They can't deny the strategic brilliance of refusing to protect broken systems just because they wear, conservative labels. And by the way, these conservative labels mean nothing. Candace Owens isn't burning bridges for fun. She's refusing to walk across those stupid bridges that lead nowhere. The bridge to nowhere. Remember that one? She's not tearing the moving apart. She's forcing it to choose whether it wants to be real or comfortable. And that is exactly why this moment matters. Remember, these people that we're talking about, us, you, them, especially a lot of young people, are ready to go, ready to say, Candace, we're with you. Where do we go now? What do we do now? Where do we go? Tell us where we can focus our energy. Tell us where we can go. What Charlie told people, I keep telling you, was the spiritual Christian part of it. He focused on ethics, family, tradition. This is what young people loved. He was cordial. He could tell people that he disagreed with transgenderism. It didn't insult them. He brought more people together. He gained more trust and faith than anyone. And look what they did to him. And Candace is simply saying, I'm not going to let this die. I'm not going to let this die, his moment die, his message, his momentum, his vector. That's what this is about. How many times have you heard anybody from TPUSA or Erika say, and now we're going to talk more about our campus movements, and here are some of our graduates, and here's what we're doing, and we're having workshops to help people. No, it's about raising money. It's about raising money or vindicating yourself or playing the beauty queen. Here I come, and my gold lame. I mean, come on. What are you doing? Is this narcissism so deep that you don't even recognize when you're doing it? Is that it? It's beyond possible that an organization with people that smart, with millions of dollars, wouldn't realize all we have to do is just go back to what we were doing. That's the bottom line. But they're at it. And what they've done is they've unleashed a torrent, cadres, consortia, covens and convocations and cadres of pitchfork and torch groups who are saying, we're coming after you now. And TPUSA, they're looking at every form, every filing, who was a vendor, who was an agent, who was an employee, who was a board member, where did this member, all of this information that they thought would just be, I don't know, kept hidden. Now we're finding out, where did it go? And then you're going to have disgruntled and seemingly betrayed employees come forward, and wait till they tell their story. Many of them recording conversations, and you're going to hear this. And it's just unraveling, and it's just this pull in the fabric is just disintegrating. It is the most incredible thing I've ever seen. And all they have to do, I keep saying, is ignore and also just double down on what Charlie's message was. That's it. That's it. Figure out something. Go quiet. Go deep. Do something. We live in a country, as Gore Vidal called it, the United States of amnesia. And I say after 3 days, people forget everything. People will have forgotten her, Erika, or TPUSA, or any of these people. All of the weird stories about being on the tarmac, all of the inconsistencies about the fact, did you date people? Were you drinking? Stuff that doesn't even matter until you brought it up. Until you brought it up. It's like people who, if you've ever watched Stolen Valor videos, I love those. I was a Navy SEAL. You've seen them. Don Shipley has this great channel. Really? You were a SEAL? Yeah. What BUDS class were you in? Huh? Well, I wasn't in a BUDS under. I mean, I was in the Navy. Well, what's the big deal? You brought it up. You said you were a Navy SEAL. You said this. You said this. She painted this. Listen, I hope I'm not stepping on any toes, please. But when you're in the beauty pageant business, that is nothing but illusion. It is nothing but illusion, and it's nothing but turning the mirror and the focus and the Klieg light on you, and what you believe and what you want other people to believe is beauty. Not just beauty, but breathtaking beauty. Beauty that confounds. Beauty that shakes you to the core, where you can't think, where you just sit in awe and say, oh my God, she's perfect. And a mother and a wife and a Christian. Oh my God. How lucky we are to be able to breathe the same air, to share the same DNA. She believes this. She, honest to God, believes it. And that's why they should have realized right away, you gotta yank her. Go away for a while. Take care of your kids. Remember them? And meanwhile, Charlie's image, his memory, what he stood for is all forgotten. What do you think? What am I missing? What do you agree with? What needs to be clarified? Let me know. I appreciate so much your incredible insight, your analyses. I appreciate it immensely. Please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. And whatever you do, dear friend, I ask you, I beseech, I entreat, I import you for you to comment as you see fit.